Hello, and welcome to Tussing's Tips for Teachers. I'm Jomar Tussing, and I have over 30 years of teaching experience in middle and high school, and yet I still really love being in the classroom. Do you want to know why? Well, in these short videos, I have put together a lot of my procedures that I've put in place over the years. These procedures make my class an enjoyable experience for the students as well as for the teachers. So let's get started. Video 2, the first day of class. The first day of school. There's always this sort of nervous excitement that surrounds it. I have over 40 first days of school, if you're counting the ones as a student and as a teacher. And I still have trouble sleeping the night before because I'm so excited. Let me give you some ideas that will help to make this day a little less nervous and a little more exciting. First of all, you need to be prepared enough that you can stand by the door and greet students as they enter. Now, my pattern goes a little something like this. Welcome, I'm Mrs. Tussing, and you are, Brad. Great to meet you, Brad. I believe you're in the second row on the left. Please look at the board and do the things that it says to do, and we will get started in just a few minutes. Second, on my whiteboard, I have a few instructions for my students. They're to place their cell phones in their backpacks and stow their backpacks at the back of my classroom. They are to have a folder and something to write with. Then, once they find their name on that 3x5 card at their assigned seat, they will begin filling out that card that I have placed at their desk. Now, also on my board, I have written the instructions for what they are to place on that 3x5 card. It's just a little information assignment, so I know their age, their grade, their current email for themselves and for their parents, because spoiler alert, those emails are not always up to date in your school's database. I also want to know their favorite subjects, their least favorite subjects, their hobbies, sports, possible career choices, and anything else that they would like me to know. Anything else that they would like me to know. That last question has produced some very enlightening answers. I have gotten a variety of statements. Some will say, I'm excited to study the shark. Remember, I'm a biology teacher. Or, please sit me in the back of the room. Or, I have trouble seeing in the board. Please put me at the front of the room. Or, I sometimes have trouble paying attention. Or maybe even, my grandma is very special to me. I never know the types of things that students are going to put on there, but it's that first step in letting my students know that I care more about them than just how they're going to do in biology this year. The final component is some signal that I teach my students so they know class is ready to begin. Now, I am a huge proponent of non-verbal cues, so I begin my class by closing the door. If you haven't figured out, I'm kind of dramatic, so I make a fairly exaggerated gesture of this. Now, if my class is quiet when I close the door, then I praise them for being a very intelligent class that figured out that cue without me even having to explain it to them. Now, if they're not quiet when I close the door, then I explain to them what closing the door means, and we actually go through and practice it. Again, you can put your own personality into this one. I have a friend who plays intro music to begin her class. Whatever you choose, remember to use it each day. Also, this will be really helpful when you have a substitute teacher. So, to review, greet your students at the door, have procedures in place so that your students know how to enter your classroom, have an assignment in place that they begin working on each day, and then have a nonverbal cue that starts your time together. Thinking through your procedures before your students ever enter your classroom will save you a lot of headaches later on. Hey, thanks for watching Tussing's Tips for Teachers. Please subscribe to my channel so you can keep up with my latest tips. You can also visit my website, purplepenofpower.com, for more articles and for encouraging things for teachers. And feel free to leave your comments below. After all, iron sharpens iron.